I've been dating online with a millionaire, and he's taking me on a date soon. He also says he will take me on a trip if the date goes well. I want a relationship with him, but what is your advice for a man that has resources, money, and options? Is it unfeminine that he wants novelty, excitement, and fun? Okay, so I understand getting all caught up in this because a man with resources and money looks really, really appealing and attractive to us women. Because it is, okay? But you have to be very careful with this. Because once we get caught up in a fantasy of being with a man with money and power and status and resources, then that can trigger us to start pursuing him, which is masculine energy, and you want to remain feminine. Now, you hold all the power and all the cards when you know that you do. And this is not something to be as a power play or gamey, but just authentically you. You hold the power because you know your worth and your value as a feminine being. So take a step back and remove yourself from that fantasy that you're creating with him, because truth be told, you don't actually know him yet. Sometimes men can say things to lure you in, but that doesn't mean that they're being very honest with themselves. So maybe he's not particularly lying, because if he does have those things, then he probably does want someone to do those things with. But sometimes you got to give it a little bit more time and actually discern his actions and how committed and serious he is, and how invested that he's willing to be with you before you jump the gun. Going on trips and things and buying designer handbags all sounds really, really nice, because it is nice. But after that dopamine hit is done and over with, those are not even going to matter to you anymore if your feminine needs and your feminine desires are not being met. If his commitments are being upheld, if he's making you feel emotionally safe with him, if he's being smart with his finances, because that's another very important one, that he actually knows how to save and invest the money that he's attained. Your need for communication with him, your need of family values if you want to start a family with him. You know, these are masculinity and character traits that you need to be discerning before you hop onto any plane with him. Because like I said, after a while, those things are not even going to matter if he can't take care of your heart. Babe, I can't even tell you how many times men have offered me to go on this trip and fly here and fly there. And you really just have to learn how to be unimpressed by this until it's really set in stone. Because people can say a lot of things and not follow through or do a lot of things. I would suggest that you take it slow and let him pursue you. Let him try to earn and win you over. Let him build up a hormonal bond to you before you even consider giving him a chance. Now, I promise you, this helps you in the long run, because men don't want what comes so easy to them. Babe, even I dated a guy who promised a lot of really great things and a lifestyle that I really desired, and he was very special to me. But the requirements that I had for him on an emotional level, it just wasn't adding up to what he could really give, and that, like, he probably just wanted a more superficial woman who didn't really have much requirement from him in the communication and emotional aspect. But that just wasn't me. And so I easily could have said, to hell with it, I'll just stay with him and let him provide all of these great things for me. But I knew that that wasn't worth it, because in the end, I was hurting myself. And that's not to say that he's a bad man. I still care very deeply for him. But just that he's a broken man, a bit broken on the inside. And overall, that just wasn't going to help me grow in any way. And I share that with you to say that you need to learn how to be impressed but unimpressed. like this is an art, but adapt the mentality of, do I want to be with him? Do I want to choose him rather than, oh, am I good enough for him? Will he pick me? Okay, this is what's going to help you to remain feminine and not chasing or pursuing or coming on too aggressively and masculine to him. And if he does want that kind of energy from a woman, then he's not a very masculine man, and you are saving yourself the heartache. I know I kind of went off on a tangent there, but give it time, okay? Let him keep pursuing you and coming towards you rather than you trying to impress him by being the most pretty or the most feminine or the most seductive and sexy. No, you don't want to try to win him. He has to win you. But yes, it is very feminine for you to be that excitement and novelty for him. All relationships deserve to have novelty and constant excitement. That's what passion is. Passion dies when we stop having novel experiences and we become too needy of each other and rely on each other for each other's happiness. That's when passion dies. So keeping excitement and novelty for him is very much feminine for you. And the way that you can really show up exciting and alluring to him in a dating phase is just give him bits and pieces of a time. Keep him chasing and wondering after you and about things about you. So you don't want to just go in, sharing all of your intimate life details and backstories, and also keeping your wardrobe something as simple and maybe superficial as like the way that you dress, keeping that exciting for him, and leave him wondering, like basically questioning that he never knows how you're going to show up around him, like what style or look you're going to have around him. Like, we women have a gift of having a 28-day hormonal cycle and embodying all kinds of energies and archetypes. So use that to your advantage, right? When you're in like a certain phase of your cycle, maybe you will feel a bit more seductive and sexier and sensual, and you can wear red or like a shorter mini dress around him. Or you want to embody a different archetype where you are feeling a bit more cozy and you want to be more covered up and more neutral toned, as far as your wardrobe goes. That keeps it very novel and exciting. I'm always encouraging different colors and different prints and different fabrics and different textures, and really exploring the world of feminine dressing, especially not only for keeping a man excited, but for yourself, really exploring all the parts of who you are as a feminine woman. And keeping a man excited and pursuing after you is never anything that has to be forced. It just is. It's how the male body is designed to keep pursuing after the female body. It's a quite beautiful dynamic, and we just have to honor that. Feminine energy does not need to win or earn love. I just posted a video recently of a pastor doing a sermon of how the Bible says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing." And it's true. The principles here in the West have really screwed with our minds and made us very, very confused on how this stuff works. But it just is. It works. It is because that's God's divine design. And feminine energy is never non-receptive or closed off to the man's pursuit and approach, okay? You got to remain open and receptive to what he brings upon you. And it's always kind of scary for me to share more vulnerable experiences with you. But if I wasn't showing up authentically, then I wouldn't be showing up femininely, right? Because feminine energy is the authentic you, the you shining through, the you that's not afraid to be who you were created to be. And to that note, if you are really interested and wanting to invest in your dating experiences, or maybe you're feeling a little bit intimidating with dating and you're not really sure how to show up femininely in your body language, in what you say, in your gestures, how to understand men when you are casually dating them, and why you should be dating multiple guys casually. I talk about all of this in the feminine dating course, and I guide you through and teach you lessons on why you should be practicing these skills for, when you are out on the search for your future husband. So I would strongly suggest looking into that and investing in yourself in that way. So I could go on and on about this, and clearly I do. But I hope that you found this to be very helpful, and leave a comment and a subscribe if you did. And I love you. Mwah.